finally summertime. I'm looking forward to things like summer camp, SYS every week. I'm looking forward to things like the summer series. I'm looking forward to the vacations that we're going to have. I hope each and every one of you have some kind of vacation lined out in one way or another. But most importantly, about summer, school is out. And that means I've officially finished my freshman year of high school. Believe me when I tell you that is such a comforting thought. The amount of relief I find in being done with my freshman year. I think we've all felt that same feeling of relief, of comfort in it being finished. It's so relieving. A great example of this victory and accomplishment can be found in the Bible in 2 Timothy chapter 4, verses 7 and 8. 2 Timothy chapter 4, verses 7 and 8. I fought the good fight, I have finished the course, I have kept the faith. In the future there is laid up for me the crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, will award to me on that day. And not only to me, but also to all who have loved his appearing. This verse relays Paul's sense of comfort that he finds in the promise of salvation. The relief that he feels in having endured and persevered through all of the trials that he's been put through in his life. And he finds relief in the promise of heaven. Finishing 1 year of high school is great, but I think I speak for every Christian when I say that I want that relief. I want the relief of having persevered through my trials and receiving the gift of heaven. The definition of relief is a feeling of relaxation following a period of distress. It's a feeling of relaxation following a period of distress. You can't have this relief without first going through the distress, without first going through the trials that you're going to be put through in this world. No one has ever made it through high school with zero problems, with zero challenges, zero stress. No one's ever had a super easy walk through high school. No Christian has ever been saved that didn't endure the trials and tribulations and temptations in this world. You can't be relieved if you have nothing to be relieved from. Let's just look at what the good race entailed for Paul. So many times Paul was arrested, he was flogged, and he was faced with execution. Paul had it really tough, way tougher than any of us will ever have, hopefully. And that's why he could feel relief, because he had gone through that. He had kept the faith, he had fought the good fight, and he had finished the course. And he found relief in that promise of the crown of righteousness. If you have your Bibles, let's turn to James chapter 1. James chapter 1. Recently, Rusty Owens taught the high school class, and he summarized the book of James as being simple. He said the book of James is a simple, clear-cut look at what the Christian walk should look like. So with this in mind, let's take a look at verses 2 and 3. Consider all joy, my brethren, when you encounter various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces endurance. So once again, there's that promise of trials that we're going to face in this world. But these verses tell us to find joy. To find joy when our faith is being tested. To find joy in those times of distress, because it produces endurance. It produces patience. Because it makes us stronger and more faithful Christians. It's like iron sharpening iron. To sharpen something, it needs to be faced with something hard. You won't get better if your Christian life is easy. In that same class, Rusty used the analogy of sharpening a knife with a piece of plastic. The knife isn't getting any sharper because the plastic is so soft. It's too easy on the knife. The knife isn't getting fine. It's not getting any better. Christians are made stronger by their various trials and temptations. In our Christian walk, we're going to face a lot of those. We're going to face countless trials and tribulations. But the Bible tells us that we should count it all for joy because it produces steadfastness, it produces endurance, it produces a stronger, more faithful Christian. And after all that, after we've walked the Christian walk, and at the end of our walk, we can have that same relief that Paul feels. We can say that we fought the good fight, that we've run the race, and that we will receive that crown of righteousness. And for that, we can have relief. Because, brethren, the comforting truth is, no matter how hard your life is, no matter how hard your walk gets, no matter how many times you stumble, so long as you obey God's commandments to the fullest, and you walk in the light as He is in the light, you will have a happy ending. For those of us that do have a happy ending, I pray that we keep that faith, and we keep running the course, and We keep fighting the good fight. But if you don't have a happy ending, and if you haven't accepted salvation, if you haven't put on Christ in baptism, the water is ready, and God is ready. He's ready to add you to his kingdom this very afternoon. If anyone has any needs at all, please come forward as we stand as we sing.